In Baldur's Gate 3, there are huge zones, amazing quest chains, and great loot just hidden in the open world. And this stuff is so easy to miss if you don't have the right person or the right skill or the right spell to get into a certain area or to unlock a certain dialogue that will unlock a new quest. You'll never even know about it. So here are 5 tips for finding secrets and unlocking all this content as part of your exploration in Baldur's Gate 3. The number 1 tip is speaking to animals. There are tons of secrets, items, and information that animals will share with you if you talk to them. On top of that, it's just really fun helping animals, finding out their view of a situation, or letting them lead you to rewards. Maybe there's going to be a little rat who will take you on a little journey to a secret area, or there'll be a pet who will tell you something secretive about his owner, and then you can talk to him and get a new option of dialogue. So yeah, this is a really good thing to have if you're looking to find secrets and branch out your game more. So to speak to animals, you need to either have a character that can speak to animals natively, such as a forest gnome, or you need to have a class that has this option. A nature cleric, an ancient oath paladin, a wild heart barbarian, or you need to learn the spell speak with animals. Bards, druids, and rangers can learn this spell as they level up, and warlocks can learn it as an invocation. If you're missing any of these in your party, you can always respec at the camp and take this as an option. There's also the potion of animal speaking, but the spell is more permanent if you have it on your characters. Next up is the Enlarge Reduce spell. Not only is this a viable spell in combat, but there are multiple important areas in the game that can only be accessed through small holes that you can't fit through. So yeah, this is a must-have for finding new areas and getting into this new content. So this is a transformation spell that can be learned on wizards or sorcerers. I think Gale has this when you first get him, but if not, you can just respec a different wizard and level him up differently, or you can press K, open up the spellbook, and just change your spell slots and make sure you've got this one bound, but when you find it. I've heard you can also use the Disguise Self spell on yourself and turn into a gnome, but I haven't had a chance to test this myself. Let me know down below if you've tried that, if that works. There might be other ways to do this, certain characters. I've tried to make a familiar and they can't seem to crawl through. But yeah, this is amazing for getting into new areas, and there's definitely some that you really want to get into. Okay, next up is something that most people probably already know, and that's lockpicking, disarming, pickpocketing, all that rogue stuff. This can unlock new zones, it can unlock new areas, chests, secrets. Entire quest lines in this game lead you through all this stuff, and the end is just booby-trapped, or it's in a locked chest. And there are, spells that can unlock different things, but I really think having a rogue-type character will give you a better chance to get at all this different stuff. A rogue like Astarion with his super high dex, he's a thief, he can easily get nearly 10 sleight of hand in Act 1, making chests super easy to get into. And the best bit about it is, don't limit yourself. Try everything. You can sneak around and unlock certain rooms, get in them, and then steal everything. Maybe find a secret item in them. You can pickpocket shopkeepers and NPCs for rare items or quest items, and then use those to get into different areas. You can even get into some of the most dangerous places by disarming traps, and then just breaking open the door. This is huge for secret finding and even making money. Okay, the next tip, really small one, and it's a shovel. Always carry a shovel. This is used for digging up treasures, and you don't want to adventure to the middle of nowhere, like jumping up the top of a massive cliff, going through a hidden bush, and then jumping manually up lots of different things, or going down a tunnel and fighting your way to the bottom to not be able to dig up a treasure at the end of it, or following a treasure map and not be able to get the treasure at the end. So even though shovels in the game don't seem like much, they're just standard items, always carry one with you because you never know when you might need one. And then the big one is a wisdom skill, perception. This scales really well on clerics, druids, and rangers, and it's definitely worth getting someone good at perception, because pretty much everything we've mentioned so far in this guide have to be found first. The hidden treasure, the holes that you can shrink into, the traps that need disarming, all of these things aren't just there on your map. Someone has to pass a perception check to uncover them. So as you walk across a certain area, like say across a beach, you might notice all of your characters randomly do a perception check. That's because there's something there hidden. So you really want someone in your party with a high perception. It doesn't even need to be the leader that you're walking with. You want someone that can spot this. In fact, there's a huge zone with bosses, a whole hidden town, quest lines that are hidden behind a hidden wall that you don't even know is breakable. So yeah, it's really important to try and have this broad range of different abilities, investigation, perception, these different things that just help you find hidden items. Because even if you have a really good lockpick, you might never find that hidden chest. Even if you have a really good intelligence rating, you might never find that thing, that magical item that you need to identify. As a bonus point, I will just say your party composition is important. Try and have a rounded party. Most interactions in the game are different depending on who you're playing as, your race, your class, your backstory, the things you've done in the game, the people you've talked to, the friends you've made, all unlock new talking points. I mentioned with the animals that talking to an animal might unlock a certain point that you can talk to someone else about. All these things lead to new quests, areas, and treasures. This is a huge game, so it's good to have a good mix. Somebody with high intelligence like a wizard can identify a magical item, or can mind read someone, or can look at certain magical mysteries. Somebody with high dex and persuasion might be able to talk their way out of a huge fight and turn, say, a potential enemy zone into a town of friendly characters with vendors. A clerical paladin might be able to heal an injured person and unlock a new character that's now alive. So yeah, it's really good to bring a good mix of people and then tackle things with the right person. But don't stress too hard about missing things and messing things up. A big part of this game is failing rolls and creating your own story. And things will go wrong. You will miss things. So just enjoy the journey and take on each obstacle with what you have and hope for the best. And hey, anything you miss just means there's more stuff to find on your second playthrough. This game has hundreds of different branching paths, so just enjoy the journey. But that's it. Let me know in the comments if there's any other really good tips you have for exploring in the open world, or things that you found that you needed a certain thing to get at. But that's it. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.